Excuse me.
Welcome to The Actor's Choice, where the actors and actresses have a chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting by actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, direct from Hollywood, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, and welcome to The Actor's Choice. Roll it, Tony.
I don't know what's wrong with this boy. He done got to the point where he don't listen to nothing I have to say. Put him out! I can't put my child out on the street no matter what he do.
Well, he gonna put you in your grave no matter what you do.
He's back, y'all. Coming to the Wilshire Ebell for one night only. Don B. Welch's inspirational stage play, A Change Is Gonna Come. Starring Emmy Award-winning actress Jack A. from Sister Sister and Everybody Hates Chris. The Parkers, Dorian Wilson, and R&B sensation Kenny Lattimore. Saturday, October 15th. Tickets available at all Ticketmaster outlets, the Ebell box office, and Inglewood Tickets. 310-671-64.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we've got three real heavies as our guests. My first guest just says, all you got to say is Don B. And folks know who you're talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome director, playwright, and actor, Don B. Welch. Don, greetings and welcome to The Actor's Choice.
Thank you. Why you said three heavies? You talking about my weight?
No. I'm talking about you and the other two guests that we had. They're heavy. They're heavy. He started again.
We starting off with Don B.
Remember we did that last show and it was about some flowers or something like that?
Yeah, Jerry Payne. Right.
First of all, where are you from, sir?
Originally from Philadelphia.
Okay, Philadelphia, as they call it. Okay.
Yes.
Now you began. There's a picture of Philadelphia where Rocky used to stand at. Yeah. Oh yeah. Now you began singing at the age of 15, I'm told. As your career continued, you met a fellow Philadelphian actor named Will Smith. Tell us about that.
Well, actually, we grew up in the same neighborhood. In fact, our home, if you were in the back of our home on the patio, you could actually see right across from the driveway, Will's home.
We lost your sound. Don, we lost your sound. Don, can you hear me? We lost you. Now we can hear you. We lost it for a moment.
It's kind of weird happening.
That's okay.
Sometimes in this building it happens, but so we really sort of met much later, like I think when we were in our 20s, but we really didn't connect in terms of really a family friendship situation until in the early 90s, like 90, 91. This is before he came to Hollywood to do The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was actually more closely with my younger brother than but our families knew each other.
Got you. So around the year 2000, at his urgency, you decided to relocate here in Los Angeles to, as they say, pursue further endeavors in the entertainment industry.
Right. Yeah. I was doing very well in Philadelphia on the East Coast with my stage plays. The people would rent my plays from all the way from Connecticut down to Petersburg, Virginia, and I would take the full production to a church or a theater, and they would just produce it themselves, but they would, pay for my show. So I was doing really well. But he said, if you ever want to go further and start getting into film and television, and you move to LA, I got you. So I decided in 2000 to move here, and he kept his word. He was very, very supportive, still is, but he was very supportive in helping me get started when I came to LA. His whole thing was, I'm gonna help you get started and then you can take it from there. And that's exactly what happened.
And he did a great job because he lent you a hand and you got your first job, the first Prince of Bel-Air as an actor.
Okay, now wait a minute. Let's go back then. That was before I moved to LA. Actually, that was in 96. I was still living in Philadelphia, and he called me and said, I got a role for you, on the show. So I'm thinking maybe I'll get like one word or something like that. But I'm excited because I had never done national television. So, well, yeah, I had done national television, but not as an actor.
Gotcha.
So I flew out to LA, and he flew me into Burbank. And then when I got to Burbank, they took me over to the studio, NBC Studios, and I walked in, and they sent me right to the set. And when I walked in, the entire cast was there at a rehearsal, and he handed me my script and said, "Okay, turn to page 52. You're Detective, Frank Jenkins." And I'm like, "Huh?" So I looked. So it was wonderful. It was actually very wonderful. Great experience for me too.
After that, you start getting a whole bunch of roles. You got, what, about 6 of them? In fact, a newspaper journalist described you as a Renaissance man to describe the talents that you have.
Yeah, I did more. I still was doing more theater productions. I did do the Cosby Show after Will's show.
Right.
I was on an episode of the latter part of the Cosby, the last installment of that. But I just really wanted to do more writing and directing and producing of theater, which is what I did do when I came to Los Angeles. I started with that.
Right, at a brand new home called Wilshire Ebell Theater, indeed.
Yeah, well, it didn't start at the Wilshire Ebell now. I started at some little small theaters, 45-seaters, maybe a 99-seater, and we gradually grew.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a great idea for anybody who starts in the industry in terms of wanting to do a playwright or thing like this. Start small, It's about people come to Wilshire Ebell and they see my shows because I've done 40 productions there, and they say, "Oh, this is so easy," but they have no idea that was many years of building an audience and a loyal audience and starting out in smaller theaters, just to get it going. Very costly.
You heard what he said, ladies and gentlemen. Good advice. Good advice. Now, let's fast forward to 2011. You wrote, directed, and produced your first film. It was called The Bachelor Party.
Well, yeah, The Bachelor Party actually was a stage play that I wrote in 2003. And
you brought it to the film.
Yeah, what happened in 2009, a gentleman by the name of Brett Dismuke, who now runs UMC, which is the Urban Movie Channel. Now it's called All Black. And also over WeTV, he came to see it as a stage play. And he said, "How'd you like to turn this into a filmed version of it and have it available on DVD and go around the whole country?" And so we did that, and it came out in 2011. So that was the first of now 5 projects like that.
Wow. Fast forward to 2014, and you produced another movie called The Divorce.
Right. That was also done with Image Entertainment here, and it was with Dawn Lewis, Vanessa Bell Calloway, Tatiana Ali, Frida Payne, Judy Pace. I'm missing Janelle Allen, of course. And that was also a stage play, and then it was also filmed into a film production, and that also was released.
Wow, we got to cut. Oh yeah,
it's about having people that believe in what you do, and Brett has been someone who's become a little brother of mine, but also appreciated my talent and wanted to be able to help more people know about it.
Gotcha. Well, we just happen to have a little clip of The Divorce. Roll it, Tony.
Yolanda, I have never heard of someone throwing themselves a divorce party.
Tonight is an important night, and I don't want to ever forget this party.
Oh, look at you. Look like somebody out trying to catch something tonight.
Look, I just want to see you happy, that's all.
But I am happy, Tracy. Believe me, sis.
Maybe it could be that young, pretty thing she's been keeping company with.
So what if he's just a little bit younger?
A little?
Girl, he's 27, and you like...
I will cut you. Can a sister get a toast or at least a little bit of love from her friend?
Oh, right. That is why we're here, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Yolanda Massey.
Wow, what a cast. What a cast.
How I forgot this, I don't know. And also star Tammy Mack.
Oh, yeah, Tammy Mack, when you're coming back, right. Oh, yeah, that's my girl. Oh, yeah. Let's go back to the Wilshire Ebell Theater for just a moment. Show people who've never been to the Wilshire Ebell Theater. We encourage you. There's the outside view right there. Mm-hmm. That big tree has always been in the way for years. And then there's another film that we have. There's the interior. And ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman that we're talking to right now has filled this theater to the bones numerous times. Numerous times. You presented all those plays, and every time you did it, fun was had. How many plays did you say you did?
I've written 31 plays, but I've actually been at the Wilshire Ebell with 40 different times over the years. And the only reason why we weren't there 2 or 3 times, of course, last year was because of the pandemic.
Got you. I'm gonna drop a few names. Got you. I'm gonna drop a few names here so folks don't understand the man that this man brings, the people that this man brings to his stage. Loretta Devine, Lynn Whitfield, Vanessa Bell Calloway, Tammy Mack, Judy Pace, Marla Gibbs, Dawn Lewis, Frida Payne, Ernest L. Thomas, who was on the show a few weeks ago, and many, many others. Don B, can I say one thing from the bottom of my heart? I thank you for what you have done, sir. You've done a tremendous service to many, many thespians. Getting up on that stage keeps them in excellent shape. And when a film or TV comes up, they're ready. You give them what I call STD, something to do.
Oh, I'm glad you I'm glad you spelled that. I'm glad you followed that up with what it stood for.
What does it stand for? Something to do?
Yeah, what it stands for, something to do. But let me say this: those artists like that,
Yes.
Jack Kelly Price, Lettucey, Kenny
Yes.
Lattimore, they were already established, and what they did was believe in my work enough to accept the job and to come on board. And there's been so many, you were naming them, and I'm thinking to myself, good Lord, there's so many. Essence Atkins, there's so many, but I'm thankful because they didn't have to do a Don B. Welch production. They believed in the work, and they also believe, and most of them have become personal friends. So that's also nice. I still had to pay them, but
Yeah,
they
of
were
course.
friends.
Of course. They'll do it for those who've never been there. Like I said, you miss a great opportunity to laugh, have a fun time, entertainment, etc., etc., etc. That's a Don B. presentation. Okay. Now, here's one that what are you doing? What's your next stage play you got planned for us?
Well, the play or the film. I just finished my first really serious movie called Baby Girl.
Baby Girl.
We just finished it, and it deals with young African American girls between the ages of 6 and 14 who have been abducted and sold into sex trafficking, which is very, very big, and a lot of people don't talk about it. Unfortunately, whenever they talk about missing children, they leave the Black and brown children a lot of times out of that, and so it doesn't get the attention. But this was something that came to me a while ago, and I thought, well, when I produced my own play myself independently, I wanted the first one to be about that. So we just actually finished wrapping 2 weeks ago, and the editing has been done, and we're going to be coming to a theater in a few weeks, hopefully, and then, well, no, we will be, and then hopefully I will have an opportunity to be considered for Sundance Film Festival, Tribeca, and who knows, maybe even the Academy Awards. It's a lot of work to do to prepare for that, but we're ready for it because I know God has already ordained this project. I know that.
I've been trying to keep in touch with Don B. This week, he has been very, very busy, ladies and gentlemen. He's been in that editing room. Folks don't understand what that is. We got a couple of stills. Tony, would you show the first one, please? Now, there he is on the left-hand side of pointing with a hat on, pointing his hand. That's Don B.
That was on the set 2 weeks ago. We were finishing up the Baby Girl film. We actually filmed in Burbank and in Hollywood.
Wow. Can you go to the next slide, please? There you are again, watching everything, giving the orders. All right. Doing what you do so well. That's beautiful.
You know what, and I had a great team because I was still learning. I come from a theater background.
Yes.
And I have such a really just renewed appreciation of the art of filmmaking and the tedious work that goes into that. I am still learning, and it's been wonderful to even learn. So these people, when you gather a team that know what they're doing, that know exactly what they're doing, and they support what you're doing, you come out pretty good.
You got a picture of the cast. Can you show that one, Tony? Look at all those good folks, all of them working.
You know what's now? That is actually not the cast. That's the production crew. That's the film crew and all the people that we had to hire to put this together. But while the cast was there, that was a lot. Listen, Ron, you might have to start a GoFundMe to be able to pay my rent.
Do it, brother. Just say the word. Just say the word, Don B. Just say the word. By the way, we got one more still, and this is you. Happy as you can be. Happy as you can be.
And blessed and thankful to God because in 2020 I had a health scare, and I was very, very concerned about that. And I knew I had to make some changes in my life in terms of my health. And I did. And I asked God, I said, if you get me through this, I will never return to that particular person again. So when you see that photo you just put there, it really is about everything in what I feel personally and professionally right now.
Indeed, because I saw a statement in your bio that I want to share with our audience. It says, there's no stopping Don B. Welch, who gives all the glory to God. Thank you.
Yes. Oh,
Thank
yes. You. Definitely.
Thank you, Don B. Always a pleasure having you. Hope there don't be another 2 years before we see each other again. But I'll be there at that opening of your movie.
Well, I hope I can give some people some more STDs, as you said. I'm so glad you told me. You should have saw my face. I'm like, I hope.
We don't do that. We don't do that. But you know how.
Hey, Rod, you're a jokester. We gotta pay pretty close attention to you.
Don B, thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you.
Best wishes you in the future, and please come on back again, ladies and gentlemen. Don B. Welch.
Thanks.
This is the Actor's Choice.
Take care.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. This is the Actor's Choice. I'm your host, Ron Brewington. If you have a product or service or upcoming event that you'd like to see advertised in this program, please call 323-533-1036. That's 323-533-1036. We're very affordable, and we thank you. Roll it, Tony.
Hi there. How are you? Oh.
I have 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 eyes, and a mouth. There is nothing wrong with me that I can't handle, Mr. Johnson.
You stop complaining. Every single day you always complain. You complain to your mother, you complain to your friends, you complain to everybody. I'm sick and tired of this. I don't want to hear you complain. I want to have a baby. My baby's going to complain to me.
Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest today is that beautiful lady you see sitting there. She's an American actress of Iraqi origin. She's worked in both Hollywood and Malayalam film industries. She has become well known for the many roles that she's done, including one that made her a 4-time winner of Best Lead Actress in the feature film Nawal the Jewel. We'll be talking about that in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure that I welcome a dear friend, Reem Kadem. Reem,
thank you so much.
And welcome. And by the way, you didn't know that we don't know. I'm gonna say anything, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Nice to see you, Ron.
Nice to be seen by you, my dear. The feeling is mutual.
Thank you.
Now, we're very. Where's your hometown at?
San Diego, born and raised.
San Diego.
Beautiful city.
Oh yeah, number 7 in the world. All them sailors down there.
Didn't know that part. All right, I love it. You want it. You want it.
Oh yeah, and a bunch of sailors down there. You know that.
That's right. Popeye the Sailor Man all over.
Yeah, can't get rid of them. I was in the Navy for about 20 odd years and can't get rid of them.
Exactly.
Indeed. What made you get into acting?
What a great question. And gosh, I could go on for a while, but I'll save your viewers. So in a nutshell, I feel like there was always the artist in me. I went to Catholic school, even though I wasn't Catholic. I had a nun for principal. My parents were very strict with me, and I had a writer in me even in middle school. But I think in 4th grade I was pinched a little bit. I was one of the mice in Cinderella, and I thought, ooh, that was fun. And then slowly but surely, you know how it goes. That bug, it bites. And I was in the Christmas shows, and I kind of stood out, and my teachers were kind of like, I think there's a performer in her. And I wanted to go to San Diego Performing Arts High School. And my parents said, no way. No way is our first daughter and any daughter of ours going to a Performing Arts High School. So I decided that's fine. I'll go to La Jolla High School, and I'll just be in theater. So I jumped into the theater. I introduced myself to the drama teacher, actually, even before I got into freshman year. And I fell in love. I fell deeply in love. And it's been my greatest love ever since.
Well, I'm sure at this time, after all you've done and all the awards you've done, the family might just feel a little bit different.
They've come come around a little bit more. It's, you know, it's an interesting thing when it comes to the ones you love and the passion you love. I think I want to speak just for a second to all the artists out there. And I could get emotional thinking about it, but it's been an uphill battle at times. My parents love me so much, but they have also been very concerned in our culture, and you know, and I think you have to follow your heart. You have to follow that calling within you. And if anything, I think it's made me that much stronger, and that much more determined to make it in the business.
And a good attitude like what you have.
we try. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, my friend.
Indeed. Now, let's talk about your first role. The year was 2006. You played the role of Girl in the song Girl.
What a name, folks.
In that movie, Veronica Mars.
That's right. UPN. So it was really funny. I did an audition at Stu Siegel Productions. I went in for D. Candace Paul, bless her heart, casting director in San Diego. And D. Candace had met me in my acting teacher Carrie Scott's class, and I had done a showcase for her in the past. And went in. Michael Fields was directing. I believe it was Michael Fields.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget. I went in, and there was this one line in one of the lines I had, and it was, she was there with him, Stacey, right? So because Kristen Bell's she's the bad guy in this, right? And Alia Shawkat from Arrested Development plays my friend, and you know, this guy was really messing with her and did terrible things, assaulted her. So I remember Michael Fields in the audition room was like, "Can you say that line again?" And I thought, "Oh, okay, sure." And so I said, "She was there with him, Stacey." You know, so like emphasizing him, and it just goes back to like delivery. You know, you make the choices. You don't want to go too far with television, but at that moment, it was my first official audition, and I got it. And I know the big guy upstairs was like, "Kid, I'm going to give you this one. You're going to have to work for the rest." And I thought, this is going to be a piece of cake. I'm going to make it like tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like you get a role, and you're like, Hollywood, I got you. Well, I certainly had more to learn.
So what kind of roles do you normally look for?
Well, you know, that's a great question. I think that ultimately the script is always going to speak. Great roles that have, you know, dimension to them, conflict. There's been many times, of course, where I've been, you know, fortunate enough to be offered roles, but I've also turned things down because it doesn't have the right depth. The writing isn't there. I feel like you want to play characters that are also versatile. If you're going to be that kind of actor that wants to have that kind of differentiating career with the roles that you play. So that's very important to me too. You know, I was very fortunate to do Know All the Jewel, and then right after that, I played Nona in Amazon's Revenge Ride. And I mean, you couldn't be further from one another, right? Tattooed and, you know, bad girl. So, you know, Meryl Streep is my acting hero. I'm hoping if I can have a thread of her career, I'll die happy. So that's kind of what I try to do. I want to be Meryl Streep. No.
Nothing wrong with that.
Don't we all want to be? I mean, even if you're a man, don't you want to be Meryl Streep?
All that money she be making, good time.
Yeah, great acting roles. She's been very great career.
Let's move forward to 2014. You did a drama horror film called Kahaza. Please tell us about that experience.
Oh, Kazana.
God bless you.
Yeah. Yeah, and that ended up, we have that on Amazon as well. So yeah, Kazana was a dark comedy. It's so funny. I auditioned for director Rahul Nath at the time, and I went in for the main lead. And this goes to show you when you prepare for freeze reads, you know, back in my day in acting class too, when I was doing a lot of freeze reads, it helped because he said, you know what? He wanted me for the nemesis, for the vixen. And so I went in for the main role. She was more, you know, the good girl. And he said, I'd like you to actually go back outside. Can you just read this role? Literally, I had less than 5 minutes. I walked back in, did the audition, and I was cast to play Neelima. And that was the vixen. So I had 5 minutes, basically, folks. That's what happened. I got some good footage. Huh?
Aren't you be glad you became an actress? Most people.
I know, right? You know, and it's that preparation meets opportunity situation, right? You just, as long as you have a hone on your craft, you can go in there and you can impress. And that's the key. If I can send a message out, is just really continue practice, because there are going to be moments where casting's going to say, you know what? Let me go ahead and give you this. Just go take a look at it, come back out, you know, and you got to be ready.
Right. Reem, you're doing a lot of roles, getting ready for
Well,
that
I'd like to do a lot
special
more, but
role.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Thank
you're
you.
getting ready for that special role. And it
Yeah.
came in 2017, in
Yeah.
a drama film called On the Wall, the Jewel.
That's right. That's right.
What was it like playing that role of what became an award-winning presentation?
Oh, thank you so much. It was an incredible thing to portray a woman inspired by Rehana Jabari, who was sentenced to death in Iran for defending her life against an officer that tried to rape her. I was covered everywhere. I was on billboards all over India. I was in the top press. I was in Iranian press. It was an incredible thing. I mean, I was covered by some major news. But more importantly, more than all of that, it was the depth of the role. I felt Rehana's spirit with me. A lot of it was driven by, for me, preparation in terms of extensive notes that I take, music. My best friend Ashley Budzik actually referred to as Ashley Garland at the time with her song. She did a song called Mother, and that inspired me so much as I was doing the role. And it was inspired by a message that Rehana actually put out to her mother before she was killed. And I thought, you know what? That would be great if she sang a song. And her and my friend Eddie Torres did a song together, and he composed the music. And that fed me so much. Music plays such a huge role. I listened to that song when I needed to get deep into my emotion as well. But in a nutshell, it was one of the most incredible experiences of my life. India was a rebirth. It's still to this day, of all the countries I've been to, still my favorite when I was in Kerala. I got to go there twice. I gave everything I had as an actor to that role. I'm very proud of the work that I did, and I hope that many will see it soon. We're working on distribution with some different options we have at the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, this film received 9 nominations for Best Lead Actress.
I think it was. Oh, was it 9? I think I got 7, but yes, okay. Unless there's 2 I don't know about.
Okay. Now you want go up on your IMDb page and you'll see all of them.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
Okay. You won 4 awards, including the Milan International Filmmaker Festival, the Amsterdam International Film Festival, the Universe Multicultural Film Festival. How did it feel when they called your name? And the winner is?
It's just an amazing thing. I remember the very first win I had was Amsterdam. And it was funny because I see myself in the video, and like my director and Eddie, my friend, like they're like trying to hug me. And I didn't even go to hug them, but I didn't mean to. It was just like, because it's your adrenaline and you're kind of, nervous. And I didn't prepare my speech. It was really funny because a lot of people were like, oh my goodness, it was such an amazing speech. And they're like, did you prepare it? I was like, I didn't prepare it actually. I'm actually the type of person that likes to just go off of impromptu, go from my heart, kind of think for a minute maybe about what I might say. But wow, what a feeling that was. It was an incredible thing to, what it is to be recognized in the field that you love most, because it gives you that opportunity also to have more doors open for you, right? And to work with the greats. And that's really what it comes down to as well in the art.
But ladies and gentlemen, we just happen to have a clip. Roll it, Tony.
The court hereby sentences Nawal to be hung to death within 15 days of this verdict.
The entire team of global human rights activists have been urging us to come and rescue you.
Saying to myself, that looks very familiar. I've seen that someplace else.
No.
Like in Afghanistan and other parts of the world. Wow.
Oof, boy, it really makes us grateful. Honestly, no matter the differences we might have, the viewpoints we might have, politics and no politics, we are in the greatest country in the world. And I am so grateful that my mother moved to America and had me in this country. Amen. And thank you, Lord.
Running out of time, I just want to make sure that you got this in here. Last year, you did a crime drama horror film called Revenge Ride. Tell us about the preparation that you played for that part.
Yeah, thank you. So basically, originally, actually, James Franco was on that, and he was financing the movie. And so I got the thumbs up from him and the director. And yeah, it was a crazy thing. Valerie McCaffrey was casting it, and it was something where I went in I went in with tattoos covered all over me. I had black lipstick on my face. I cut my shirt up. I was wearing all black. And I actually did a rap originally for the audition as well as a scene. My rap got, to my fortune, 2 standing ovations on set. And I just have to mention it because it was such a cool thing, but they didn't end up getting the rights to the song. And it was a song based on James Franco's character in Spring Breakers. So it was unfortunate that they had to cut it. It was pretty wild. You know, it was an amazing moment for me. But as far as preparation, again, I go into really extensive notes. I really get into I had a wild cheetah that kind of inspired me as an animal. I use animals at times to help me. And so, coyote, it was kind of, what's it called? The one that I used actually, what am I saying? No, hyena. It was the hyena from Lion King. Okay, so you know that, so that Lion King hyena, the crazy one, wow, that inspired Nona. So to me, that was Nona, along with, really hardcore music and notes that I took. But that really fed me. And if you see me in the film, you'll notice I'm even doing the, that thing with my tongue. And that really was inspired from the hyena in Lion King.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
So we ran out of time, but we've got to get you back. I would like to show one slide. Tony, can you show that slide of Reem and another event that she was at the other day?
Oh, sure.
There you go.
Oh, that was supporting my friend Narmar Hanna. Yeah, we go way back, Narmar and I. And I was at the Dances with Films Festival. And you got to support your friends, support fellow artists. It's all about that. It's a community of people coming together. So it was great.
I saw that. I said, let's put that one up for sure.
Oh.
Reem, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ron. When
pleasure.
I met you a long time ago at the funeral to the late, great Michael Ajakwe, I knew you were good people. So Michael was a great man.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ron. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, actress Reem Kadem. Thank you very much.
Kadem. Thank you.
This is the Actor's Choice. I'm Ron Brewington. Roll it, don't it?
Thank you, Ron.
I sit down and it looks like I'm sitting in the back. He said, you better pull your feet up because I'm over 6 feet. I said, mister, I never knew anybody sitting because I'm running out.
Ladies and gentlemen, to call my next guest today a veteran is a title that he has truly earned. Now, here's a guy who has appeared in over 100 films, 70 TV shows, and get this, 100 plays. Wow, we just saw a short clip. As you can see, he can sing. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome veteran actor, Cy Richardson. Cy.
Hey, how you doing?
Greetings and welcome to the Actor's Choice, my friend.
Glad to be here.
Now, back to that opening clip. You really, you like singing, don't you?
I started off as a singer at 4 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, my father was a gospel singer, and he was at church and they were singing. I crawled underneath the chair, came out on the aisle and started crying. And the pastor stopped the service, brought me up to the pulpit and gave me a mic, and I sung, do Lordy, remember me. Everyone loved it but my father because I stopped him from doing his thing.
Wow. Wow. Now you wrote and recorded, what, 4 songs? Tell us about that experience.
What happened is there was a TV show, Amateur Hour Show, and we sung for the Amateur Hour Show, and we won. And that's how we got our first deal. And we recorded 2 songs with them for Profile. Profile was a subsidiary label for Chess Records.
See, you are a man of many, many talents. Let's see. Now, you, where were you born at? Born and raised at?
Well, I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Cincinnati. Oh, yeah.
But I left there when I was a year old because my father got an opportunity to sing with a group out of Chicago. And so I moved to Chicago.
Wow. Well, thank you. Oh, yeah, there's a picture. There's Chicago, the water, the little pond they got. I call it the little pond that they got over there. Marvelous city, marvelous city. If they would just stop shooting all the time, they wouldn't be so bad. Anyway, you have right now, ladies and gentlemen, 114 IMDb TV and film credits. That means that's at least 114 auditions.
You could actually double that.
Oh boy! And of course, you did 100 plays, so there's at least 100 auditions.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You could write a book, sir, on auditions.
I have a book on auditions. I have a book on acting for African Americans of getting work in California. I have a book for Christian actors, an actor's spiritual armor. I've written like 5 books, and the only one that's not, well, that's about acting too, because I wrote one about me called Side by Side, The Journey of a Character Actor.
How does one get a copy of Side by Side?
Through Lulu.com.
Okay.
That's the company that did it, through Lulu.com. Yeah.
Sounds like good reading because you got a good life. Good deed.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can drive down 210 sometime, and I get teary-eyed because I remember coming here with no money. Well, I had $50. I had $50 in my pocket. I had a hole in my tire at least 6 inches long, and didn't know where I was going to stay. So I had already planned to go to Santa Monica and sleep on the beach and try to get my life started. And then it dawned on me that my ex-wife had a friend that lived with us for 30 days before she moved to Los Angeles. So I called my ex-wife and I said, would you call her and see if she will let me stay with her for 30 days? So my ex-wife called me back at the telephone booth and gave me her number. I called her and she gave me her address. And so I said, okay, thanks, I'll be there. So I go in the gas station, I asked the guy, I said, where is this? In Los Angeles. He looked at it, he says, walk to the corner and walk down 4 blocks. You are not in Los Angeles, you're in Santa Monica. I consider that a gift from God. You know, I'm 4 blocks from being at this lady's house and didn't even realize it.
Wow. As I read your bio site, I saw something that caught my eye. You came here to Hollywood to pursue a career as a character actor.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Because as a character actor, I get a chance to play many different characters. I get a chance to study them, to read about them, to be a part of them. As an actor, most actors end up playing themselves, playing one character in everything they do. And I didn't want to do that, you know. I've done everything from playing God, which I won an award for, to being a fairy godmother. So I've done a little everything. Yeah.
Wow. Your first actor trade was in 1977 when you were in the smash hit comedy Petey Wheatstraw.
That was not my first. They did it wrong. My first was another film.
Okay.
My first film was Cinderella, where I played the.
Okay, I saw a reverse of my. Okay, they had you a second. Okay.
Yeah, that was my first film.
Gotcha.
I had been here exactly 30 days. A guy named John William Young told me to buy what they call a drama log, and I didn't have any money, so I would go down to the library and read the drama log every Thursday. And I saw this in here, and I saw this audition in there, and I called the lady up and I say, you're looking for a blonde, blue-eyed 18-year-old girl. She laughed and says, come on in. So I went in and auditioned for the fairy godmother. They were looking for a black guy at 35.
Play godmother.
Yeah, and so I auditioned, and I got the part. 30 days later, 16th of January, I was on the set. Never been on the set before, didn't have the slightest idea what I was doing. But I was there and I was getting started, you know, because all I've ever done was plays.
Yes. What's your favorite place on the set?
My favorite, I missed that.
Okay, when you're on the set, there's one place that you really like to go to. What is that? What is that?
I like to be in the corner of the set so I can watch what everyone is doing.
Okay.
And it's interesting too, because some directors think that I'm trying to stay away from the crowd, but that's how I stay within who I am as the actor, because once I get on the set, I become this character and I hold this character until I'm off the set. Yeah. And
if you would ask, got you. If you would ask me that question, I would tell you where the food is at. That's where I hang out at. Oh, they do feed you well. They do. For those of you who've never been on the set, it's an experience. I mean, I realize they got security out there, but it is a very great experience to see how a movie is made. It'll give you a lot of inside information. Definitely. Definitely. What's your secret to getting all these roles there, young man?
I go after it no matter what. You know, I don't mind. I may spend all day looking for a job. Good example. I did a film for Charles Bronson, and I went in to be interviewed, not for the audition, because I wasn't a quote star. They were looking for a black exploitation star, and I wasn't it. And anyone you could think of was there to audition. I walk in, drop my little head, speak to everyone, and went into the casting director to sit there and see what she had to say. So she talked to me, and she said, "Hold on." So then they took me in the office so I could talk to the director and producer. And they asked us, the questions: how long you been acting, blah blah blah, all those questions. And then I got up to leave. And as I was leaving, the director says, "Hey," and I turned around and he threw a script at me. I caught it. Then he threw one at the producer. He caught it. He says, "Turn such page and read." And we read it together. And I said, "Thank you," and I left. So I walk out the door, get near the elevator. Some guy gets off the elevator. He said, "You got that job, man." I said, "Thank you," between you and God's ears. And I kept walking. Get down to my car. We had those big old phones in those days. The phone rang. I picked it up. My agent says, "I got to meet your God, Si." I said, "What happened? What you mean?" He said, "How did you book that? You didn't even go in there to audition." Then I explained it to him. He says, "You are one lucky man, or something is happening good to you." So I ended up getting this film with Charles Bronson. And that's when I found out some of the things I did was nothing new, like me being the character all the time while I'm on the set. So did he. He was not Charles Bronson once he hit that set. He was this character, And so basically I learned on the job, learning from
JT. Wow. Now, over the years, you've been on many TV shows: Hill Street Blues, Falcon Crest, Wings, Cheers, ER, NCIS. You've been on many, many, many of them. Wow. You also in a movie in 1984 called Repo Man.
Yes, that's an interesting story too. My career, I had never done background work.
Okay.
And so I went to New York to do a film. And while I was there, the lead actor couldn't work one day because he had to do a background job. And that didn't make sense to me. So I asked him, and I said, why would you lose a day here and go do a background job? He says, "Because I'm an actor." And I looked at him, I said, "Oh, okay." So when I got back to LA, a lady named Victoria Thomas called me. She's casting director. And she said that, no, it wasn't. No, yeah, that's right. She called me and she wanted me to be in this film of hers. And I did the film. And the film was Repo Man. And I was one of the leads. Yeah. And that's the film that really took my career off. To this day, I get emails about people talking to me about Repo Man. Yeah.
We just happen to have a small click. Tony, run it. Do it, Tony.
Man, we've been looking for this little red devil for a long time. Just act natural. Nobody knows if it's your car or somebody else's car. Don't worry about that. Come on. So you give it a try. All right? Bet if his hair's on the hole, you'll find it, boy. Come on. Got it.
Repo Man, 1984. Wow. Like I said earlier, sir, you have much talent in many areas. I understand that you have in North Hollywood, an acting workshop.
Yeah, I did. I had to stop it for a while, but I had an acting workshop. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. I believe as an entertainer, I'm supposed to entertain, inform, and minister to people. Yeah. And so as a teacher, I get a chance to do those things. And I try to find a way to let them know that being a star is not as important as being an actor. You know, so many people come here and they want to just make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not what this is about. This is about creating a character, telling a story that can help other people. So that's how I started teaching. And quite a few of my teachers, my students, they've become quite successful. I'm very proud of Kalita Smith. She had a series, and Carl Gilliard had a series. There's quite a few people that Tony Winters, you know, some of them became directors. Yeah, see, so it's a fun world.
Thank you for passing on what you have, Miss. That we call that juice, passing it on, definitely. I see that you're running for SAG-AFTRA delegate.
Yeah, I was on the board of directors in the late '90s for 3 years, and so a friend of mine called me and says, "We need help, Si. Think you want to run again?" And I told him, I said, "Yeah, I'll run again. You know, I can help. I don't mind. I like helping. You know, I feel like helping is something God wants me to do because that's how I am where I am now is because people help me. You know, it's like people come to my house and they look and see the posters on my wall, and they say, "Are you bragging about yourself?" I said, "No, there was a guy who wrote the first film I did, and he lived in Chicago in the same neighborhood I lived in. I lived in a neighborhood where one block was every nationality you could think of. North of me was all Italians and Sicilians, and back of me was African Americans. See, and I went to school in the Italian Sicilian neighborhood. So when I told him that, he says, "Oh," he said, "you're Jackie." And I say, "How do you know my middle name?" He says, "I may be 25 years older than you, but in our neighborhood, if you get a black guy going to school in our school and he's the only one, everybody knows who you are." Yeah. So I said that. He said, "Now let me tell you something. Say what you need to do when you find a place to stay, get your room and office, put up any posters and pictures you have. So because there's gonna come a day and a time when you're not gonna work." He said, "Now," he said, "you may audition 100 times and you may book a job." He said, "But when you walk in that room and look on that wall and see the posters and pictures you have in there, you know that God's going to take care of you. It's just not your turn yet." And I've always had him up because I believed him. Yeah, and it does work.
Yes, it does. If you look behind me, you see there's a bunch of stuff on my wall. I call it, every time I get depressed, I walk over there and look at that wall, people that have gotten stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, things here, things there. I ain't depressed no more.
Right. See, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We worked hard. We got a few more minutes. So you just completed a new TV movie film called Chocolate. Can you tell us about it?
Chocolate. One of my students wrote it and directed. Oh, there he is. Quincy. Yeah. I had a chance to play one of the cops in it. It was really a nice, nice job. I don't know if it got released yet or not. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So as you probably have heard, we lost one of our great actors, Ed Asner. He died yesterday, 91 years old.
Yeah. I did a play with him. Yeah. Really like he's a nice guy. Very helpful. He's one of those guys that give you pointers when you see you young and you need help. You can talk to him, ask him questions, and he help you out. Yeah.
One more question, Si. How do you want to be remembered?
As a guy who helped other people, and as a man who is a Renaissance man. Yeah. I want to be known as a helper and a Renaissance man. I've done everything in this industry but direct a feature film. Yeah.
So we want to thank you very much for coming today. Really appreciate it. We want to get you back again in the future. Thank you so much.
I had a good time. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, veteran actor, Si Richardson. Indeed. I want to thank our sponsors, Harvey Bradman from Photography as an Art, Ron Irwin's Haiku, Style, Passion, Heart, Larry Buford's Book to the Future, Time Travel, Message in a Capsule, State Farm agent Carly Green, and veteran actor Rob Brownstein's Actor Training School and Actor Space. And much, much thanks to our guest today, director, writer, actor, Don B. Welch. actress, writer, producer Reem Kadem, and veteran actor, writer, director Cy Richardson. And of course, special thanks to our ever-growing worldwide audience. Be well. We'll see you the next time.